What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all all having a fantastic day so far. Today I have another fire matchup for y'all. This is one I've actually considered for a pretty long time but never got the time to do, but today we are here with this matchup. We have Wolverine from Marvel Comics, the perfect killing machine from Weapon X, taking on SCP-096, the shy guy, the unstoppable force that will rip you to pieces without hesitation. Now, I will say before this matchup starts, I do know that using Wolverine is sometimes kind of touchy, because he's known as a jobber. Well, to people who don't know what a jobber is a character who is inconsistent, poorly written, or just has bad showings when they're actually really, like, formidable. Wolverine's one of the most famous jobbers in Marvel. He's got really bad showings. Like, I'm not going to use him like you getting knocked out by a deer, but that was just hilarious. But I'll be using average to high-end Wolverine. I'll be using his good feats to, I'll be using his average feats to his high-end feats to make it more interesting. All right, guys, let's get started on this one. Strength-wise, Wolverine can punch through concrete. We've seen him ragdoll groups of men casually. He's snapped metal with strength, so just his brute strength alone. He can uproot and swing massive trees like a baseball bat. We've seen him tackle large men through brick walls. He's brawled with Spider-Man and harmed him with his strikes. He's routinely thrown down with Sabretooth, who is actually his physical superior, even though Wolverine holds his own pretty much every time they fight. And he's thrown Colossus hard enough to actually stagger Juggernaut. So, in terms of brute strength, Wolverine's actually pretty strong. He's consistently up there with Captain America and around the Spider-Man tier. Speed-wise, Wolverine has reacted to and dodged and even deflected bullets. We've seen him blitz soldiers faster than they could even track him. He's dodged blasts from Cyclops' eye beams, which are light-based attacks. He's kept up with Spider-Man and tagged him several times in their encounters. We've seen him tag Speed Demon, who can move so fast that the world around him is either in slow motion or even frozen. And on the high end for Wolverine's speed, we've seen him tag Hulk with his strikes. We've seen him blitz Thor, and we've seen him blitz Thanos and actually land a strike on him. So if you want to use high-end Wolverine scaling, you could put him up there for MFTL plus the immeasurable if you wanted to. Wolverine is mostly known for his durability, rightfully so. We've seen him power through gunshots, slashes, and stabs, being burned. He's brawled with Spider-Man, taking punches from him while Spider-Man said he was going all out. We've seen him brawl with Sabretooth and go literally night and day while tearing each other apart. He's taken blast from Cyclops after surviving a blast from the Phoenix Force Amp, Jean Grey. We've seen him tank a space station explode and fall from orbit. And he literally said on panel, like, he was hurt, but he wasn't down. He just said, "Y'all having your beer?" That just sums up Wolverine's character perfectly. We've seen him survive multiple strikes to the head from World War Hulk, just having his skull smashed in over and over again. And he's taken hits from Thor, even with Mjolnir, and got back up after the strikes. So, I mean, his durability is pretty impressive on the high-end scaling. Intelligence and skill, he's lived for hundreds of years, giving him vast experience in hand-to-hand and melee fighting. We've seen him body several trained assassins, hold his own against Captain America in close-quarters combat. He's also respected as a former soldier, which gives him a really good combat and tactical experience and high IQ when he needs to be. Hexing gear. Due to being a Weapon X program, he has abilities consisting of enhanced senses, high-level stamina, has adamantium skeleton and claws, which are basically unbreakable. Speaking of the claws, they can seemingly bypass durability and harm characters that are significantly superior to him. And they can also heat up, like turn like really hot to inflict additional damage. Lastly, Wolverine has his Berserker Rage mode, which once he enters this state, he fully loses control of himself and switches to pure primal instinct. He releases days worth of energy in just a few minutes. So when he goes Berserker Rage, not only does he technically keep his skill, he releases just pent up rage within him instantly. He pretty much bombards you and goes pure offensive. SCP-096 can rip through metal and reinforced walls like tissue paper. We've seen him tear apart military vehicles such as tanks and other material. It's actually stated that no known method or material can actually stop 096 once he's in an enraged state. In his battle with 682, 096 was able to rip apart the reptile with his attacks pretty easily. After 24 hours of a battle, it was called a stalemate after 096 reduced 682 to only 15% of his original body mass. They were both like severely injured, but it just shows that 096 has the ability to damage something like 682. And what also makes this most impressive is that 682 is basically a universal constant due to being the offspring of a Scarlet King and will exist even after time itself is irrelevant. So, like, you could put 682 into the universal scaling. You possibly could put him up there, which I think is kind of fair. Speed-wise, he's outran helicopters. He's matched the speed of a V-22 offspring, and was actually stated to be gaining speed the longer he was running. Like, he was outrunning the helicopters and was matching the speed of those vehicles. He also has arguments to put him on the same level as 682, or at least his avatar, who exists beyond transcendental space and time. So you could put him be immeasurable if you wanted to at the highest. Durability-wise, he's unaffected by physical damage once he's enraged. This has been shown and stated multiple times. While his flesh and organs are vulnerable, its bone structure is unbreakable. He does not react to physical damage or even the pain it causes. While brawling for 24 hours with 682, even after having all of his flesh, blood removed, he wasn't severely harmed at all and was passively regenerating through the entire fight. Intelligence and skill-wise, 096 has no higher brain function other than pure primal instinct, and it's not notably sapient, so it has a pretty low IQ. 096 has innate ability to know the exact location of any being that has viewed his face through direct eye contact, a photograph, or a video camera. The being that has viewed its face doesn't even have to be aware it's viewed him. As long as the eye retina picks up the image, 096 will be triggered. He has abilities consisting of an unbreakable bone structure, high level, possibly limitless stamina, and is absolutely unrelenting in its attack. So, with both characters covered, let's go over advantages. Well, strength-wise, I don't think there's much of an argument here at all. I think this is a pretty clear advantage to 096. 096 has shown to be much stronger than Wolverine in terms of physical strength. Like, he should be able to easily ragdoll Wolverine. Speed-wise, now, initially, I do think that 096 might have a slight edge at first. Like, he might catch Wolverine off guard at first, but as the fight goes on, Wolverine, to me, has shown to be consistently faster. Like, he's kept up with Spider-Man. We've seen him dodge laser attacks, and even tag Hulk and Thor, and even Thanos with his attacks. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think Wolverine should be comfortably faster. But you could also make the argument to put 096 on the same level of speed as a being that exists beyond transcendental space and time. So, I mean, you could argue this is a draw, but in my personal opinion, I think Wolverine is faster. Durability. Now, just of sheer toughness, I think 096 is more resilient to damage. Like, sure, I mean, Wolverine feels the pain. 096 doesn't. He doesn't react to pain at all. But once Wolverine is in a Berserker rage, he doesn't react to pain at all. So, I mean, like, a calm Wolverine, I do think, is not as resilient as 096 once he's triggered. So, I think, initially, 096 is more durable. Both have their healing factors, so they can both passively regenerate while the fight continues. And both definitely have the stamina to go at it for a very long time. Now, the bone structure of both Wolverine, his bone structure, you know, has taken hits from Hulk and Thor level characters. And 096 has, like, you know, no known material in the SCP universe can actually damage 096. But, okay, so I think the biggest factor in this fight, first of all, the skill and intelligence is not really going to be that important, but I do think Wolverine is smarter and better fighter. But that's not really going to matter. So, back to what I was saying, the most important factor, in my opinion, in this fight is going to be the adamantium claws and skeleton. Now, do I think high-end Wolverine can cut through that bone structure? You can make arguments for either side. You could say, yes, he could. You could say, like, because the evidence shows that Wolverine's claws can cut characters who are significantly physically superior to him, just as Hulk, Thor, and even like Thanos. On the other side, you could say no, because 096's bone structure can't not be damaged by physical means. So, I mean, I get what you could argue either side, but to me, I think Wolverine, once he's in his Berserker Rage form, he could manage to cut 096. I think he has the slight speed edge to be able to cut the monster. And personally, I don't think the 096 can rip through adamantium. That's just my opinion. I don't think adamantium. I don't think 096 can tear through the adamantium skeleton. But that's just what I think. So who wins? Well, initially, before I did research, I was like, oh, I think 096 would slap. I thought he would clap Wolverine pretty easily. But after doing more research and digging into Wolverine, high-end Wolverine, mind you, I think Wolverine has the durability to contend with 096 and get this fight dragged out. And once he's in Berserker Rage, I think he'll be faster, just as durable, and has the adamantium claws to cut through that bone structure and take the W in this fight. Though it would be very high difficulty. Like, it would be, like, even if Wolverine does win, it would be just by a tiny bit. I don't think it'd be a landslide for either side winning this fight. But in my personal opinion, I think Wolverine wins via better speed, Berserker Rage, and his adamantium bones and claws. So there you have it, guys. That was my video on this interesting topic. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. And be on the lookout for more SCP matchups I'll be doing. Anyway, guys, y'all take care, and I'll see y'all later.